Okay, so I am not back at school. I apologize for that, but we have to move forward. So, what we're going to do now is the electrical plans for your project. And I'm just going to show you again here on the smaller plan, like we've been doing, and then you then apply this to your custom home. Not many of you submitted the room titles, the dimensioning, or the schedules for the doors and windows. Those are also still due, so finish those first and get those turned in to fix those grades. But here we go. So we're going to put in electrical. The electrical is a system. So go to Systems tab. I'm going to come across the top. There'll be lots of options along here. You're moving all the way over till you get to electrical. And in the electrical, we hit that, open up that menu, and you're going to have electrical equipment and devices. You're just worried about devices right now. So we click on the devices. There are two already loaded into your template. One is a switch, the other is the outlet. So the outlet's where we plug things into. It's a duplex, meaning there's two of them. And we'll go into more detail about this later this week, but I'm going to start with the outlet. So I'm going to select an outlet, and I know I want an outlet in the bedroom. And so I'm going to come against the wall, and lo and behold, it goes against the wall and nothing shows. So I'm going to go ahead and place one right here, and then I'm going to stop. So it tells me one's placed there, but I cannot see it. All right, now this is the part where you're going to have to pay attention. It doesn't show because I haven't told it to show. So I'm going to cancel out the outlet options. And in your properties, I need you to go to your visibility and graphics and hit edit. Open up the edit option, and we're going to scroll down all the way down first to electrical, and we'll see that there's not a check marking electrical fixtures. So we're going to go ahead and click on that first, and that should get both of those in there. And we're going to go ahead and apply that and hit OK. And lo and behold, there is our outlet. Now these outlets, there's codes, and they're pretty specific. So you cannot have them more than 12 linear feet apart. So if I'm putting these outlets in, then I need to measure from the corner. So let's say my corner here is 4 feet, and then I can go another 8 to make up that 12. So as I put these outlets in, there cannot be more distance than 12 linear feet. So I can put another one here. And the code also says that any wall that's greater than 2 feet gets an outlet. So we end up putting more in than what we anticipate because we always need more than what we plan for. So I'm just going to go ahead and put a second one here on this side in case there's a bedroom bed there and here. And then when I put in the next room, if I put them near each other on the same wall, that will save some cost as I put those in place. And we can put those in there. Now, we want as many outlets as we can get because that is what's going to make our house a little more functional. Again, if the wall's 2 feet, put an outlet on it. Even if you think it's kind of silly, put it there. And I'll put one here for the wash and dryer. And so I'll put one there. Now, in the bathroom and the kitchen, things are a little different. Right now, these are all mounted 9 and 3/4 of an inch off the floor. In the bathroom, stand by the sink, and I want to put one here by the sink. That outlet needs to be 42 inches off the floor. So I'm going to have to change my outlet height and put in 42 inches. And that puts me up. Now, if you want to go 4 foot, that's also allowed. So it's between 42 and 48 inches. 42 is kind of what I'm used to doing. So I'm going to put 42, and I'm going to place an outlet here by the sink. Now, what that does is it allows me to put the things in like hair dryers and curling irons and whatnot. However, this outlet is not the correct type. I need a ground fault interrupt outlet. So I'm going to change that. So modify this outlet. I need a waterproof ground fault interrupt. So I'm going to go edit type, load, and I'm going to go first foremost to electrical. And then go MEP. And I'm going to look at connectors first. And we're looking at electrodes, and we've got light and devices and power and fixtures. not really what you're looking for. So let's try power. This has appliances, distribution, general information, terminals. Let's try terminals. Oh, here we have a whole bunch going things on. We have switches and duplex. So here's your duplex outlet. There's your top switch. Scrolling down through, I'm looking for an outlet. Ground fault interrupt. Not seeing what I want there. So I'm going to go let's go first appliances. There's my fan, my hair dryer, my sand dryers. These are industrial. Okay, so these are industrial hand dryers, industrial hair dryers, industrial fans. If you want to put those in. Distribution we looked at already. Just kind of looking to see what else I've got there. I'm going through these to get a general look. General information. Dry type transformers. Don't need any transformers. These are all commercial, so we don't have to worry about those in this case. And the terminals. Again, we looked at this. We didn't really see in here what we're looking for. We're looking for an outlet that is a ground fault interrupt or a GFI. And we're not seeing that, but I do see one I'm going to need later that we'll come back to. And so we'll come back to that as we get working on that. So now I need to go look somewhere else. So I'm going to go back to the architectural this time. Usually I don't use architectural, but we're going to check it just to be sure we know what we're looking at. Electrical power, distribution. I need an electrical power panel. Well, I need that. I'm going to go ahead and put that in now, and then I'll come back. You need one electrical power terminal in your house. This is where all your circuit breakers are. And it's going to wig out and not tell me it's the right category because it's a component. So I'm going to have to come back to that again in a minute. There's a component, so can't use that right now. But we'll come back. Terminals, there we are. Outdoor outlet GFI. I need this guy right here. So it's in the architectural. It is also mounted at 42 inches. Let's put it 44, 48, so that's okay. And that's what I want to say. So any room that has water is GFI. It's full as GFIC, ground fault interrupt circuit. This makes it so you can't kill someone throwing a toaster in this tub. But anytime you're doing the kitchen or in the bath, you need these. So I'm going to need them in my kitchen, the same height. So might as well go ahead and put those in while I'm at it. Electrical device, GFI. And in the kitchen, the code is every 4 feet, you need an outlet. Again, this is primarily because we have a lot of appliances. So I'm going to put 2 in here, one above the dishwasher, and then I'm going to put another one down below, a little lower, so those are in that place. I need just a good one behind the refrigerator to plug that in. And if you need one on your island, you're going to have to put a wall there because these only attach to walls. Now for the range, I'm going to go get a different one. So edit type, load, and I want the range. This has a big giant R on it. This is a bigger wattage or voltage that's coming into the stove. So I want that. I'm going to bring that in, place it for the stove, and then put it where I can see it, just to put it down beside. The electrician's going to apply this where they feel it's going to work out the best, but there should be an outlet for your range. Even if you're doing gas, you still need to put one in so that it's there and they can use it. Okay. All right. So you're going to do that in all the rooms. Again, 12 feet apart in most cases. In the kitchen, 4 feet apart. So we have enough. If there is a wall that's 2 feet, then you're going to put one in right there. Any wall that's 2 feet or more. So, and again, I've got a door there that's going to go on there. So put those outlets in. If you then go outside, and you should put outside outlets, let's go find that one. We need a waterproof outlet. Well, I'm looking in here. I do not have a waterproof outlet. So what am I going to do? I'm going to use this GFI. The same one we've been using. So I'm going to duplicate it. It's going to say single 2. I'm going to put on here WP for waterproof. And I'm going to hit OK. And then I'm going to look at my labeling and see if I can get that to change out. I want to change. That's not the right one. Let's cancel that. I want to take the GFI. So I'm going to switch to the GFI. There we go. Duplicate that. Change that to WP for waterproof. Hit OK. And then they change out the letters GFI in the label to WP. We've been doing a lot of labels lately. And hit apply there and OK. And these go on the outside, so you can plug in your Christmas lights and whatever else you plug into on the outside of your house. It varies, depends what you want to do there. Okay, so we'll put a few of those in. Let's go ahead and put that electrical power panel in. While I'm at it, that's component. So we then do architecture, component, edit type and load. And we're then back up and go into distribution, electrical power panel. Now, this one also has codes. It cannot have a door swing in front of it. It cannot be near a water source. So I can't put it right here by the sink. It's got to be somewhere away from water, which means I'm kind of limited. That's why oftentimes these end up being in bedrooms or the end of hallways. So on this little house, probably my very best place to put it is probably inside the bedroom here. So I'm going to put it right against this wall right here. That way the door doesn't swing in front of it, and I can get to it if I need to. So it's going to be a master bedroom right there. And you do have to have one in every house. So don't forget your power panel. You'll need that. We're also going to put in switches while we're at it. So you then go back to your systems. And don't worry about lights yet. We'll do that later. Go back into your device, electrical fixture, switch to the switch, single switch. And these go against the door. So when you come in, you can flip the switch. And if you've got a fan in your bathroom, you'll need two, one for this light, one for the fan, one for each light you're doing with. So you want to make sure you get those all in there. But usually come in, we place them by the door. Maybe the mat walk-in closet gets a light. Maybe in the kitchen, we'll then do, maybe we'll do a bank of lights here. So we can get those all set. You got garbage disposal. You need a switch for it. So make sure you have a switch for the garbage disposal. Some lights in here for your living room. Some for your outside lights. So start thinking about where you want your lights to be and place those in there. Okay, we'll talk more about modifying these and making some more. But if you want to do something like a dimmer switch, this doesn't, well, we can do it here. Maybe I want to work a light from two locations. Then I want to come into the room, work the lighting in the family room, and then turn it off as I enter the kitchen. Okay, that's going to be a three-way switch. Okay, so we have, in the United States, we have single switches, and we have three-ways. So let's go edit type, load, go back a folder here in the architecture, back to terminals, and we're going to look at, we got dimmer switches. So these allow you to dim the lights. You have a double, which is only in Europe, so don't use this one. And then we have a three-way. And this is what I want as a three-way. So I'll open that one up, and we'll place that. So I'm going to put one here by the door, and I'll put another over here on the wall. So these are used if you're going to operate a light from two or more locations. So if you're just going to go like up and down the stairs, down a hallway, but if you're going to work a light from two or more locations, you need a three-way switch. Okay, and so this is what you then do today. You're going to finish up what you didn't finish last week, and now you're going to add the electrical. Don't slow on these. We got a lot to do, so keep going. Don't stop, but get your outlets in there. Make sure your outlets that are in your kitchen, when you select them, you have to do a window to get them. They need to make sure they're 42 inches off the floor. And if you look at your wall sections, let me grab a section cut here. I think I took those all away. We'll put a new section view here. What you're going to submit is you're going to show me what you've done to put these outlets in place. So I'm going to flip that in there, flip the switch, flip this direction, sorry, and go to the view. And there are my outlets. So there's outlets on the floor, outlets above the countertop. And so now I can finish what I need to do there. Okay, so hopefully that works for you, and we'll see what happens.